This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
First at 11, you'll need to warm up your car before you leave for work or school as another bitterly cold night turns into another bitterly cold morning. Good evening. I'm Amanda Starrentino.
And I'm Mark Mullins. Temperatures are in the single digits in some places right now.
Working for you, Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is helping you prepare for that. Kevin.
And I'll start with this. Last night at this time, we had a couple dozen school delays. There are no delays at this point. Temperatures will be the story in the morning. No precip overnight. It'll be dry and just flat out cold. 11, the temperature in Indianapolis. You're only at 5 above in Peru. 7 is the temperature in Lafayette. And notice here, generally, the temperature and the wind chill about the same. Not much wind. That plays into the very cold temperatures. In the blanket statement, 0 to 5 above overnight tonight with a couple of exceptions. I think there'll be some spots from Lafayette toward Peru that drop below 0. In Indianapolis, 5 degrees in the morning. We'll make a run at 32 for the afternoon high. And this is skipping every other day, but I just want you to see this. That's the important thing, the trend toward warming up. More details on that coming up.
Remember, you can find the latest weather alerts, the full forecast, school delays, and more by going to the RTV6 app.
You support him, you're part of the problem.
Sit down. People are innocent until proven guilty. Thank you.
The Northwest Hendricks School Board gets an earful tonight from the community. The district has faced criticism in recent months for how it handled sexual misconduct allegations involving a teacher and coach. Call 6 Investigates' Kara Kenny has been tracking this controversy since July and joins us now with why some taxpayers are so frustrated.
This board meeting here at Tri-West Middle School lasted more than an hour and a half. Some of these elected board members were asked to resign several times. The board made an unusual move, allowing 1 hour for public comment with no time limit. Citizen after citizen asked questions, and many became frustrated at the lack of answers from the board.
Immediately resign from your positions and allow for a new school board to take position, a new school board to reestablish integrity and confidence in our community.
Most of the comments stem from how the board handled sexual misconduct allegations involving teacher Tyler Bruce. Bruce remains under criminal investigation and denies wrongdoing. The board voted to keep him on staff. Call 6 Investigates uncovered the board allowed one of Bruce's family members, Brad Williams, to vote on Bruce's employment status. The board called it an oversight, but it's not sitting well with people who say it's a clear conflict of interest.
All these oversights that you guys talk about, are there any more? I mean, I don't feel safe sending my kids to school with anybody anymore because I don't trust anybody in this school system.
After the meeting, we caught up with Williams and the board president, Jim D'Agostino.
I don't have to respond.
Do you think it was appropriate to vote on a matter involving your nephew? Mr. D'Agostino, what's your response to the request to resign?
You can talk to our communications director.
But you're an elected official.
You can talk to our communications director.
You're not going to answer any of our questions.
You can talk to our communications director. All those in favor say aye.
The board approved the district spending $750 a day on a public relations consultant to help improve transparency.
We want transparency. We want integrity from every single one of you. If you can't provide that, get out and resign and let somebody do it that can provide those things and be transparent and speak at a board meeting when somebody talks to you.
Teachers and school staff members expressed their support for the board and the district and urged the community to move on.
And it is especially unfortunate that members of the community feel like it is acceptable to treat the staff, school board, and administrators with total disrespect. Indiana is currently experiencing a teacher shortage. For those of you who think you can do better, feel free to get your license and experience school from the other side. Thank you.
The next board meeting will be held on December 10th here at Tri-West Middle School. Reporting in Hendricks County, I'm Call 6 Investigates, Kara Kenny.
Kara, thank you. The district's new public relations consultant says they plan to look into questions raised at the meeting, and the answers will be posted on the frequently asked questions section of the district's website.
RTV6 is getting results and some relief tonight for residents of the I-70 mobile home park. Nearly 3 months ago, people living there were told they would have to give up the homes they own and get out, so they reached out to us. Since our reporting, lawmakers and even the Attorney General have stepped up to help. RTV6's Cameron Riddle shows you how the park's residents will be compensated, even though they still need to move.
Sounds good to me. I mean, if I'm given some cash, I mean, at least compensated for what I've got and, you know, and some of what I've put in, I'm happy with that. I'll leave. I'll be happy with that.
Jeff Melton is among the dozens of mobile homeowners receiving the good news they've been hoping for after a new agreement between the park's landowners and the Indiana Attorney General now requires each resident to receive the title for their mobile home or get back the money they paid for it.
This sounds good to me. It does. It really sounds good. And you guys have been a great help.
The owners of the land, Blue Lakes Incorporated, and the Attorney General's office were supposed to be in court today, but that hearing was canceled after both parties came to an agreement on the future of the property. You'll remember, RTV6 was the first to shine light on this issue after residents called our newsroom saying they were being forced to leave the mobile homes they owned, but were not given the titles or compensation for the homes, many of which cannot be moved.
I'm saying that you shouldn't have had to go through all this. They should have done it that way when it first came out.
The agreement between the AG's office and Blue Lakes Incorporated ensures the mobile home park remains open until all titles and payments are returned, giving residents a chance to breathe while they figure out what they'll do next.
Well, to go somewhere and live happily ever after. I know it probably won't be that white picket fence, but at least I'll be somewhere and I won't have no worries anymore.
Working for you on the Southwest Side, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Once residents receive either money or the title for their mobile homes, they will have 21 days to leave. You can find all of our stories about the situation at I-70 Mobile Home Park right now at our website, theindychannel.com. If you have a problem like those residents did and need help getting results, contact us at workingforyou@RTV6.com.
Repair work to fix a lingering gas leak began today after concerned neighbors asked RTV6 for help. Natural gas has been leaking for more than a week near Easy Street and Leisure Lane in Greenwood. Neighbors say an overwhelming smell of gas took over the neighborhood since November 2nd after the fire department evacuated several homes because of a possible natural gas leak. It turns out gas was leaking from outside of a home.
The smell has just been awful. We've tried calling and nobody has came out here. I mean, they marked it the day after it happened and the stink has just been completely disgusting. And I mean, we can just walk out into our garage and smell it.
A Vectren spokesperson tells RTV6 it took some time to identify the source of the leak. They described the situation as non-hazardous because it was small and isolated. Vectren says because of that, the leak did not need to be repaired immediately. The Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission monitors and evaluates all utility companies. So if you ever have questions, you can call this number. It's on your screen, 317-232-5559.
Police say the deaths of 2 people on the northeast side of Indianapolis were a double homicide. The victims were shot and killed in a home on Rural Street east of 25th and Keystone around 4 o'clock this afternoon, according to investigators. Police have not released details of the circumstances surrounding the violence. There are no arrests at this hour. A final pretrial conference for a semi-driver accused of causing a deadly crash is set for December 19th. The judge has ruled that Bruce Pollard is competent to stand trial. Pollard faces several charges, including 3 counts of reckless homicide. Prosecutors say Pollard caused a chain reaction crash on I-465 in July that killed a woman and her 18-month-old twins and injured several other people.
One Southern Indiana judge is suspended right now, and 2 others will be suspended starting on November 22nd after a violent incident in downtown Indianapolis. The Indiana Supreme Court handed down the punishment today. Clark County Circuit Court judges Andrew Adams and Bradley Jacobs were both shot outside the White Castle on South Street near Illinois Street in May. Crawford County Circuit Court Judge Sabrina Bell is accused of flipping off the other people involved in the incident before the shooting. Adams is suspended for 60 days without pay. Jacobs and Bell will be suspended for 30 days without pay.
Televised hearings start tomorrow morning in the impeachment inquiry into President Trump. Congress is investigating whether President Trump tried to pressure the president of Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden and his son. Bill Taylor, the top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, will testify. Taylor is a Vietnam veteran and was handpicked for the job by the president's own Secretary of State. George Kent, a senior State Department official who has served presidents of both parties, will also speak before lawmakers. President Trump is already dismissing their testimony.
So what they do is they go all over Washington. Let's find the 10 people that hate President Trump the most, and let's put them up there.
When the hearings start, the top Democrat and Republican will each get 45 minutes to question the witnesses. Every other member gets 5 minutes apiece. The hearing could last 6 hours or more.
We cried together on the phone because she will now make more by staying in IPS. And that's exactly what it's all about.
Emotional moments after teacher pay raises are approved. Why educators say there's still work that needs to be done when it comes to putting them and your kids in a position to succeed.
Can't get too many rhinestones. Like sparkles. I never met a rhinestone I didn't like.
You just finished watching an ABC News one-on-one with the legendary Dolly Parton. Coming up, how Dolly and two fellow country music stars are preparing for the CMA Awards.
And 'tis the season to give back to the community. Our annual toy drive kicks off Friday at the new Christmas Nights of Lights display at the State Fairgrounds. A portion of the proceeds from the event on Friday will go to the toy drive. You can also bring a toy and get a discount on an Indy fuel ticket. We'll share more ways to donate in the coming days. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
00. We look forward to serving you at Barrington Jewels. This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
More money for Indianapolis teachers a week before what's expected to be a huge rally at the State House for education funding. Indianapolis Public Schools just approved what they say is the biggest raise they've ever received from the district. This is a 2-year contract, and the raises break down as follows. The lowest teachers can make in the first year is $45,200. The highest, $82,800. And in the second year, the minimum pay is $47,800. Maximum $90,000. RTV6's Cornelius Hawker found out teachers that they're happy with the raise, but they're still not letting the state legislator off the hook when it comes to funding public schools.
Signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? This motion carries.
It's easy to be happy about this raise for Indianapolis public school teachers and staff. But now, the spotlight is on the issue of school funding at the state level.
While this makes a huge jump, it's still not where the profession was 15, 20 years ago.
Tina Ogren, Indianapolis Education Association's bargaining chair, used her salary to highlight her point.
I'm a 15-year teacher. 15 years ago, the same teacher made the equivalent of $20,000 more than I do right now.
And that was the consensus from everyone at this table. School districts could only do so much to help their teachers who are helping students.
We want to do the very best job in servicing them. That takes support from our local community and our state community to make that happen.
This is what the Indiana State Teachers Association is asking the state legislature to consider. They want lawmakers to set the average salary for all teachers in the state at $60,000. They also want them to stop putting so much focus on I-Learn scores and stop grading schools on post-graduation status. And as for that 15-hour externship to renew their teaching license, they'd like that gone as well. Teachers with IPS, like Tina, hope the state legislature can take a lesson from what they were able to accomplish on the local level.
It's about keeping our best talent right here in IPS, and every student who's positively impacted by that teacher from here on out will have benefited from this community's investment.
Working for you, Cornelius Hawker, RTV6.
The raises for teachers are set to go into effect by the end of the year. For staff members, their raises will be retroactive back to July 1st of this year. RTV6 will be there at the State House when teachers and their supporters go red for ed next Tuesday.
Tomorrow, Wheeler Mission will break ground on a $13 million project, an expansion of the Center for Women and Children on East Michigan Street. Leaders say the renovation will help address a desperate need for more space and resources to help the growing number of women and kids experiencing homelessness in our community. Once the work is finished, the center will include dozens of new permanent beds, a secure child care area, and an indoor play space for kids. 1 million meals are headed to people in need across Indiana thanks to an annual event at Lucas Oil Stadium. Thousands of volunteers put on hairnets and rolled up their sleeves for the Million Meal Marathon today. They worked in teams to pack boxes with nutritious food. This is the 9th year for the Million Meal Marathon.
The countdown continues to country music's biggest night. The CMA Awards are tomorrow. Carrie Underwood returns as host with 2 legendary co-hosts, Reba McEntire and Dolly Parton, will also take the stage. The trio, as well as many other performers, started rehearsals this week.
At first, I thought it was like herding cats, and by the second time, everything fell in together, and then all of the rehearsal for the opening was perfection.
And
it was so
great
good.
Moment, like looking around at all of the talent and amazing women, gorgeous, smart, talented women. It was just like
funny, lots of giggles up there.
You can watch the CMA Awards tomorrow at 8, only on RTV6.
She said it was like herding cats, which I imagine is very difficult to do.
I loved watching the Dolly Parton special.
Yeah, it was that great.
It was a fun one.
To see. Yeah. It will be a nice day in Nashville, Tennessee, and a warmer day here in the afternoon tomorrow. At least we have a chance at the freezing mark. That's the celebration. Okay, beyond the 7-day forecast, I just want to point to warmer temperatures, let you know that we're not in the deep freeze now through the winter. Above average temperatures will return 19th through the 25th, so kind of taking us to the end of the month. Temperatures should get to 50 or above. That would be above average. 47 Monday, 48 on Tuesday. In the 7-day forecast, these are the warmest temperatures. We'll slowly, steadily work our way toward that goal. Nice full moon tonight, like a third headlight on the car, reflecting off of that fresh snow cover, and it's an indication with the clear sky, the light wind, the fresh snow cover, all of those are factors in driving our temperatures down, in some cases potentially below zero. I'd say Logansport up to Peru, Marion, Delphi have the best chance, and you can see from Lafayette down to Crawfordsville and Greencastle, temperatures already lower single digits in spots. We're on our way. Rock bottom is tomorrow morning. We won't be that cold again within the 7-day forecast. We'll keep our eye on any possible 2-hour delays in the morning. Right now, there are none. Good Morning Indiana starts at 4:30. 5 degrees on the way to school, coming home, 32. This is where we should be if you've lost track of what average temperatures are for this time of year. As we plan out tomorrow, temperature by noon at 27. We'll see the mid to high level clouds increase through the day. There's our realistic shot at hitting 32, thanks to this, a south wind that will gust to 20 miles per hour. That brings warmer air in over the cold ground, helps build the cloud cover, and that's the challenge. We need some sun to keep warming up, melting off that snow. Terre Haute, Bloomington, Columbus around 35 tomorrow. On Thursday, temperatures the other side of the mid-30s, should be middle to upper 30s for an afternoon high, about 37. As you look at other temperatures to the south, almost 40 degrees. Again, the trend continues. A dry but cold Friday night. Which way to move here? Temperatures will be in the upper 20s as those games come to an end. Into the weekend, temperatures overnight lows respectively in the 20s, afternoon highs in the low 40s. It is a dry weekend as well. You might be able to see the leaves as the snow should be gone by then, at least most of it. You get some yard work done, and beyond the Tuesday that you see there, again the trend for temperatures to be above average.
All right. Good. Let's get back to that.
I like to see that.
Now let's get over to Brad for sports. Hey, Brad.
Arthur, we're asking for normal in November, but we'll take it right now. Thanks, guys. Good evening, everyone. Victor Oladipo practiced with the Pacers G League team today. Got some full court work in. Coach Nate McMillan says it won't be a regular thing. Just happened to be good timing for this one for Vic. As for the Pacers, Oklahoma City here tonight. Malcolm Brogdon continues playing well. He scored 18 in the first half. Finished the night with 20. Pacers with an early lead. Domantas Sabonis stringing together another double-double. Here he follows up at the rim, part of an 18-point, 16-rebound performance. And TJ Warren leading the scoring effort tonight. 10 of 14 shooting from the field. Nice effort. He poured in 23. Pacers blew it open with a big third quarter that stretched a 10-point lead past 20. TJ McConnell the steal. Great hustle. Doug McDermott on the break. Pacers roll 111-85. Their 5th straight victory at home.
You know, this is something that develops over the season. We're learning our identity on the defensive end, but also coming out of the gate, playing 48 minutes, a strong 48 minutes. That's what the Pacers do, and that's what we want to do this season.
Pacers are at Houston on Friday night. The Milwaukee Bucks will be here. Big game on Saturday. Butler's opening week of the season saw some of the new Bulldogs making a good impression. They had a strong early season test tonight with a Big Ten foe coming to Hinkle Fieldhouse. That would be Minnesota, and Richard Pitino making the trip to Indy. Dogs were down midway through the second half, but then one of those newcomers, Bryce Enzi, nice move inside to score. Butler had the lead with 9 minutes to go, and it would be Kamar Baldwin leading Butler to a big run after that. Off the turnover, Baldwin with the finish. He had a game-high 27 points. Butler wins 64-54 as they improved to 3-0. They are home against Wofford on Saturday. IU is home tonight as well, taking on North Alabama. Trace Jackson Davis leading the way in this one, driving the big jam early in the second half. He scored 20. This game was close for the first half, but Indiana was able to put together a strong second. 5 players in double figures. IU also hit 37 free throws tonight. 91-65, a winner. The Hoosiers are home again on Saturday night. The Colts are practicing tomorrow. ESPN reporting that 4 kickers will be here to try out. We don't know what that means, but they'll be here. We'll hear from Coach Frank Wright coming and start with that on the news at 5 tomorrow.
Interesting stuff. We'll see.
All right, thanks, Brad.
Well, coming up, a local college and a local employment center are working together on a new partnership, how it will help workers and their employers. Hiring Hoosiers is an RTV6 initiative connecting you to jobs, training, resources, and other opportunities.
The demand for skilled workers in Indiana and across the country continues to grow. Some employers are helping employees stay on top of the latest skills and technology. This lab hopes to be a part of that process. Ivy Tech Noblesville is working with the Hamilton County Workforce Innovation Center to develop classes that will train workers with specific skills needed by employers in the area. It's one way to help employees move up within their companies.
A lot of people stay with jobs that they're unhappy with because they feel like they have to. You can remain unhappy or you can choose to be happy. Move forward. If you want to do it, do it.
Employees can earn their workforce certificate after receiving 18 credit hours, including basic electricity, motors controls, and automation.
If you are looking to make a career change, a diverse group of employers will be at a free job fair tomorrow. It goes from 10 to 2 at the State Fairgrounds. Companies and agencies that will be there include Allied Universal, Heartland Residential, the Marion County Sheriff's Office, O'Neill Steel, and many more. For more information about that job fair or any other career opportunity you see on RTV6, go to hiringhoosiers.com. We'll be right back.
It feels like winter outside, and not just for you, but for your pets too. A reminder tonight about the importance of keeping your 4-legged friends safe from dangerous weather conditions. Workers with the group Friends of Indianapolis Dogs Outside, or FIDO, spent the day looking for pets that may need help.
We do find a lot of dogs outside, and a lot of it just educating the owners, you know, on what the city ordinances are, and just try to really encourage them to bring their dogs inside. And then we offer help to keep their dogs inside with indoor training crates, or if they're outside, try to provide a better dog house.
Under an Indianapolis ordinance, dogs cannot be left outside when it is colder than 20 degrees or if there is a wind chill advisory. FIDO works to connect owners with items or resources to protect their pets. The group recommends dog houses filled with hay for dogs to burrow in. Blankets are not recommended because those can hold moisture and freeze. For more information about the FIDO organization, go to the RTV6 app and click on this story.
This is not a bold statement since we're already in the single digits, 0 to 5 above. Likely temperatures first thing in the morning. A south wind will go to work 10 to 20 miles per hour, and that gives us a shot at temperatures reaching the low to mid 30s. When we get back to freezing, we should have a ribbon cutting. I'll call you guys down to the weather office. Confetti and a cake. 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, maybe?
We'll see. We're throwing a party.
Get through it. Stay warm somehow out there.
Bundle up. And bundle up your dogs, too.
And thanks for joining us here on RTV6 News at 11.
Good night.